Hey, Inspired Tribe. Welcome to the Inspired Livestream. Here on the Inspired channel, we're excited that you guys are here. Welcome to a wonderful new day. Let me just set up a little bit. Okie dokie. It is Thursday, May 13th, 2021. And in your mind, I want you to spell this a little differently, okay? When you think of this year, when you write down the date, I want you to write it down like this. 2020. I know this is counterintuitive, but think of this word, guys. Think of the word one. I know it's 2021, okay? It's a winning situation for us. And we'll dive into it over the next live streams while we are winning. We want to welcome all new, existing, and future tribe members. As you tune in, remember our beautiful mantra: we're healthy, we are wealthy, we're whole, we're free. And for the sake of today's topic, all of this is easy. And I know when you read today's title, Being Rich is Easy, I know some of y'all got triggered. And I know there was a time when I got triggered when I heard this. And trust me, we've heard this many times over the years and decades. And I remember there were times when I could believe it and times when I thought, you're out of your damn mind. Being rich isn't easy. But we're going to dive into it. And this is going to make not just sense to you. It's going to unlock a whole new potential for your life. And the beautiful part here is, and this is something Kristin and I always talk about. You know, we have our beautiful membership calls. We have our courses. We have the Inspired Coaching Academy. And we work with people in depth, but we're really never ever holding back. I don't ever sit down and do a live stream and say, hey, I'm not going to give away this or that. If you watch our live streams, if you come, if you show up, if you watch it, everything that we give out, we just give it out because we want people to thrive, not just financially, in every aspect of your life. So there's so much value in this. And because we love to give, it's really just that we love to give. So if you get what we're going to talk about today, if you really allow yourself to dive into this, it's going to be easy and it's going to get easier. This is no joke. This is not a sales line. There's not just send me give me your credit card information. None of that. I just want you guys to understand that things are different than you perceive them to be oftentimes, or you have been programmed to perceive them. So let's dive right into it. No more beating around the bush. The title of today's live stream is Being Rich is Easy. And also, being in love is easy. Also, being healthy and fit is easy. Also, being joyful and happy is easy. And I could go on and break down this list into every single one of your desires, whatever you desire to be. It is easy to be that. And I know a lot of you are going to say, but it's not easy. I've been trying and it's not easy. And you are right about that. What I'm saying is being that is easy. What does that mean? Well, being rich is easy. We've met so many rich people, and being rich is really easy. You know, we've seen all sides of financial life. We've seen great abundance. We've seen no financial abundance. We've seen great abundance again. We're living great abundance. Being rich is easy. Being poor, however, being cut off from abundance, that is the challenging thing. That is what people struggle with. It's when you don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. It's when you don't have that access to abundance for whatever the reason is that you cut yourself off from it. Whatever the circumstances are, there's no judgment in that. But that is the hard part. The hard part is not being rich. The hard part is not being in love. The hard part is not being healthy or fit. That is the easy thing. What people perceive to be hard is not being there. And so what they say is, man, it's so hard to get rich. And you're right. You're right. If it's hard to get rich because it's always a little out of reach when you perceive it that way. Because where do you stand when you look at abundance somewhere out there and you not having it? You're standing in a place of lack. you're uneasy about it. And that's kind of the most natural thing to be when things are not going well. It's feeling uneasy. It's like, oh my God, how's this going to happen? How am I going to make this work? And everything else begins to feel uneasy as well. But here's the truth and the wisdom of the universe. The laws of the universe are so simple and straightforward that our human programmed mind sometimes just can't wrap its mind around it. Being easy about things is what makes things easy. Being easy about things, it is what makes things easy. And that's not a magical, don't do anything kind of a recipe here. But what we mean is, and we've shared this with our membership members yesterday, most people, I'm going to try to make this visible to you guys. Most people have these topics. You see the exclamation marks? They have these topics that they're super, super, super invested in. They want this so badly. Money, love, health, whatever that topic for you is. It could be something completely different. But these are the exclamation marks. And that's what people are, I want this. I'm working hard at this. I'm manifesting this. I'm attracting this. I'm pulling it into my experience. I'm doing everything I can. I'm affirmations, mirror work, scripting, everything. But there has, because these things haven't realized, haven't manifested in your reality yet, usually what happens is there's such an intensity around that wanting that the ease and the flow are not there. You see, and that's really, and that we want you to really, 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 really embody this knowing. Everything that everyone wants is having the feeling of ease and flow and bliss. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to feel really easy about life, really good, have a joyful, flowy experience. Everyone wants to feel like they're floating beautifully with the stream of the river. And life is fun. Life is joy. That's what we all desire. That's why we all want those things, because we believe those things are what's going to give it to us. When it's the exact opposite, the sooner we allow ourselves to become easy and flowy, the sooner those things come to us. And then it's like you're floating down a river, and there it is, abundance right there. And it's right there waiting for you. And because you're in a flow of things, you're being brought to it. This is the feeling of easiness. But here's the thing. The universe, the law of attraction, God, source, it doesn't matter what you want to call this eternal force. It does not care how and what you get easy about. You see, it doesn't care if you get necessarily easy about this topic here that is so important to you, or if you focus on things in your life, these smaller circles that are going really well, that you don't really have a strong opinion about or don't really feel strongly about. You're just enjoying them. And I mean, sometimes it's sitting on a park bench. Can you get easy about sitting on a park bench? It's really easy to do that. Can you get easy about taking a walk? Can you get really easy about watching your favorite movie? Can you get easy about a good cup of coffee or tea? Can you get easy about ice cream? Can you get easy about watching the birds outside? Can you get easy about watching a sunset? There are so many things in your life that you could get easy about. What that means is you just enjoy them. And here is the thing. The universe does not care where that feeling of easiness comes from. When you get easy, it connects you with the things that are important to you. When you're in the ease and flow of life, things begin to show up in an easy manner. And that's why when you talk to, and we take this topic because financial abundance is something in our world that almost everyone desires. Financial freedom. So every conversation we've had with abundant, really, really rich people, and that it doesn't, the numbers really don't matter. What matters is how it feels to them. The definition of that, to some it's 1 billion, to some it's 1,000. It doesn't really matter what the number is. It just matters how it feels to you. Being abundant is really easy. But here's the thing. You don't become abundant when there's money in your bank account. you become abundant way ahead of the physical manifestation. And there were times when we couldn't find easily something to get easy about because bills were piling up, because things didn't come together the way we wanted it. And the more things didn't come together, the more we got tight about it and the more we wanted to make it happen. And you know what we did? We would meditate for 4 or 5 hours a day because that was a place where we could be easy. That was a place where we could be detached. That was a place where nothing is required of you other than being. That's when you get closest with this eternal force called God or source or universe. And this source does not need you to be rich or successful or beautiful or skinny or strong. It does not need you to be those things. All it needs you to be is to be. And so that was our way to get easy. And Kristin and I would sometimes literally disappear. And what we mean is disappear is go into the state of deep meditation and just be. And if we got out of that meditative state and a couple minutes later we felt the tension come back, we would just go back into meditation. We made becoming easy the most important thing in our lives because we knew nothing else had worked. Forcing it didn't work. Trying to make it happen didn't work. Working as hard as we possibly could didn't work because we weren't easy, because we weren't flowy, because we weren't in the flow of things. We tried so hard to get in the flow of things that it felt like hard work to get in the flow of things. And that does not work. We understand that if you come to this topic in a place of need, this sounds controversial, but it has to be controversial. Controversy means that it's something completely different. It's a disagreement in opinions. But here's the thing. If what you have been doing had worked, then you would be where you desired to be. If you are not, that's totally fine too. It just means what you have been doing isn't working. And that's okay. That's something that's so valuable because it's just as valuable as realizing what a good and inspired thing to do is to realize what is not, because you can check that off and say, doesn't work. Been there, done that, tried that, does not work. And here's one thing. You cannot, and that's eternal wisdom, you cannot solve any situation in your life with the same mindset that created it. That's just impossible. So getting easy is what makes things easy. And being easy is what brings everything into your life. And this is the catch-22 of our existence in this world, because it feels like you're constantly needing to fulfill something. So here's the thing. If you if you let yourself off the hook, I mean, let yourself off the hook, because you could sit there all day, every day, judge yourself. Why hasn't this happened yet? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not, successful, rich, healthy, having the relationship, traveling around the world, being a business owner, having my empire? Why hasn't it happened yet? If you're in that mindset, you're on the hook. You're literally judging yourself every day. You're moving further away from ease. What if we told you that everything you've experienced, everything you have done, everything, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the joyful, the ugly, everything has led you to this moment where you can see clearly what does not work and just say, thank you. I'm just going to release this kind of thinking and move into a new state. And what we wanted to say with today's title is that it isn't like when you're out of money, it isn't like, oh, people that struggle financially always think, what would I do with $1 million? And this is kind of like a game, and it's fun to play it, but it's not really how things usually play out, because it doesn't usually happen that there's no abundance and then the next day there's $1 million, and then you invest that $1 million and then there's no abundance again. What usually happens is you move into this flow and a little abundance comes, and then you just bask in that flowy because, you know, you have just experienced a little bit of abundance. It's beautiful. And then you get more into the flow. And then a little more abundance comes. Or, you know, you really want to get fit and get healthy, maybe, you know, move towards your optimum weight. And you make it easy. You become easy about it. And you do a little bit of inspired work, inspired action, and you see, oh, there's a little bit of progress. And you allow yourself to be in that flow. That is the secret of it all. And we understand that literally today, this is one of the fastest growing industries is personal development, but the message is coming in so many different packagings, but it's always the same. It's always the same. You have to relax and ease into this flow of life. Does that mean there's no action required? No, actually, it's quite the opposite. But then you ease into the right inspired action. You could sit there and just take random action day after day after day after day for 10 years. Nothing big might happen. Or you could allow yourself to move into a meditative state more often, get quiet more often, connect with source more often, and all of a sudden you receive the inspiration for that one action. And that action, whether it makes sense in your life, whether it's logical, whether it's what your parents have taught you or others expect of you, it doesn't matter. That action then, when you take it, when you follow that guidance, that's usually something amazing, and it unlocks one door after another, after another, after another. Let me promise you that this is not something that, you know, people have invented as a fairy tale to make others feel better. This is truth. The easier you become, the easier life becomes. This is a real truth about what the law of attraction really is. That's why I said being rich is easy, but it doesn't start when you have $10 million. It begins when you detach from your current physical reality. It begins when you understand that being rich is not right now what's in your bank account, it's how you feel. And I know this sounds ironic when there's a zero or minus in your bank account, but I can say this because I've experienced all of it. I can say this easily, authentically, because I've been on both sides of the coin. I've experienced literally all of it. So I'm totally authentic in this. I understand that if there's the moment where you don't have a dime to your name, that's the most challenging moment to become easy. But here's the thing. Even if you don't have a dime to your name, you still have the next breath. Even if you don't have a dime to your name, you still have a beautiful view all around you. No matter where you are, you can find something beautiful to see in your experience. Even if you don't have a dime in your name, you still have some beautiful memories in your memory bank that you can pull up, and you can pull up that feeling from that beautiful memory. There is a million little things that you can find to feel easy about and to feel grateful for and to feel appreciative of. You have that capability to become easy. And then you open the valve and it becomes a little easier. And if you do this day after day, if this becomes the most important thing, because you know in the big scheme of things, it's only you that can hold you apart from all that which is naturally meant to be yours. It's only you. You're that force that can do that. It's not someone up there, out there somewhere who's flipping the switch up and down randomly. It's only you who can hold yourself apart from it. So if you can do that, you also can flip that switch and open the valve. But the thing is, if you attach becoming easy to an instant outcome, it's going to throw you back every day. In our physical reality, things happen delayed, and that's a blessing. Think of all the thoughts that you've thought in the past and imagine if they would have manifested immediately. How many times have you had an angry, aggressive, sad, or kind of worst case scenario thought? What if that would have instantly manifested? You see, the delay, the buffer is something that's really, really a blessing in disguise. So when you become easy, there's a good chance that you're going to see some small little things around you that are kind of a sign that you're on the right path. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the big thing is going to come through the door right away. It's not that it can't happen. I'm just saying, if you tie all of your actions, all of your inner work to an outcome, you're not easy about it. You're not in the flow of things. If you detach from that outcome and understand, and this is really, once again, and I understand sometimes it's challenging to see that, all everyone ever wants is this, people. Can you see it? It's bliss. You just want to feel bliss because that's your nature. That's what you came from. You came from a state before you came into this physical body that was pure bliss. There was no hardship. There was no pain, no suffering. It's a state of pure bliss. It's what's people, that is why when people actually get into the state of bliss, they call it home. It feels like home because that was what home was like. And when we go through life, all we ever do is to desire to return to that inner state of bliss. And in our physical programming, because of how society works and because of what we have been taught, we then believe the new Tesla or the new house or the new whatever, that's going to get me to that state. What I am telling you is, this is the richest thing in the universe is bliss. It's the highest frequency. It's worth more than all the gazillions of dollars on the planet. It's worth more than all the riches. It's worth more than anything, anywhere. And if I told you that it's already within you, you already have it. You are already the richest person in the universe because you have that bliss within you. It's within you. You don't have to produce it. It's within you. You just have to connect with it. You just have to connect with it. And you can do that with no money, no house, no car. Why am I able to tell you this? Because I had no money, no house, no car, and I connected to that state. I made this the most important thing. When I had nothing, that is what I was focusing on. Bliss. Because I understood. I really had everything. I really had everything. I just needed to connect with it again. Detach from the outside world, detach from the material world, take my attention off of things, troubles, problems, whatever, and return to that state of bliss. And everything I need for that is already within me. Do you know that some of the most advanced, beautiful masters and teachers on this planet, you can find some of them, you can find in India, they walk around naked. They have nothing. It's totally accepted in a lot of parts of India. It would be weird in our Western world. They walk around naked and they're the richest people on the planet. They consider themselves completely rich, but they have no possession, but they have everything. I'm not saying you should do this. It's not about that. It's about understanding that this beautiful thing called bliss, joy, pure happiness, it's within you already. And that's what you're seeking. And the irony of life is everything else that you believe you want comes to you in an easy way, in a fun way. When you're in this state, when you make that the center of your life, you become kind, you become generous, you become easy to be around, you become wise, you become connected, you become the divine creator that you were always meant to be. And all those things that are fun in our physical reality to have, there's no doubt about it. You know, the toys that we've invented, it's all fun and games. It's all okay. But those things then come to you in an easy way and you enjoy it. And let me say one thing to you too. It is fun to get a big chunk of money all at once. You know, it's fun. It's a cool experience. But it's really, really even funner when you're in the flow of things and it just keeps coming in and it just keeps coming through unexpected and expected doors. And it comes from here, it comes from there, it comes from everywhere. And when you go out and when you invest and go and have fun and next thing you know is, even though you've been investing in and you've let money go out, you check your balances in your accounts and there's even more in there than there was before. And I'm not saying this to you to rub anything in your face. To the contrary, that flow is so fun, but it's not about that. That's just a side effect of your bliss state. That's just a side effect of being really in a joyful state. And as our wonderful friend Frank always says, and he's taught us this, he said, you know, money is a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of doing what you love and being really good at it. He puts it in his own words. And we are telling you all of the things that you desire are really a byproduct of you getting in that state where you become aligned once again with who you really are. And understanding you're a grand being. You are a grand being. And connecting with that knowing, with that eternal truth, unlocks the other things. I don't know what your life's purpose is, and I don't know what your specific journey is like, but I know we share a few things, all of us. And I've never seen anyone being unhappy or not having their needs met or not being joyful when they are in this state where they're one. They're simply one with who they really are. And things come. And all of a sudden, all of our human ideas, they're being washed away. Because the universe doesn't work the way our human mind has made it believe to be. It just doesn't work that way. It works with frequency, vibration. It works with energy. Everything is energy. And you cannot push away energy, but you can transform it. You can transform it. And so, if that's the center of your attention, really meditating, looking for ways to move towards bliss. What's below bliss? Let's not start with bliss. What about just being okay? Sometimes that's the next step. What can you be okay about? For me, it's whenever I feel like, you know, either I'm overwhelmed with something, there's too much going on, you know, I can't catch up with things, emails, phone calls, meetings, whatever. I go outside. We've, you know, this comfy little chairs out there, and I sit in the sun or in the clouds. It doesn't matter, and I'm just listening to the sounds of nature. There's a bird there. If you pay attention, you can hear the squirrel, and I can get really okay with the world. And I connect with the easiness of these animals. They're not stressed out. They're just hanging out on this branch and that branch, and over there and over here. And it takes me a few minutes, and I get really okay with the world. And as soon as I think I'm okay with the world, I feel better. Not just okay. It's really, you know, I'm just making this stuff up. It's really not that hard. It's just me in my head. Look at the bird. Look at the squirrel. Become easy. And you realize that's the secret of it all. The secret of it all. And then the ideas come, and then the next step comes, and then the inspired action comes. And then you take it, you follow that, and beautiful things happen. And then you understand for the first time through experience, not knowledge, not because someone else told you. You, for the first time, realize because you embody it, you have the experience of it, that the journey is what it's all about. That's what the fun is about. It's not about holding a sack of money that's so much fun. It's the journey. It's bringing value. It's connecting with people. It's feeling purpose. It's feeling connection. That's what it's all about. And then all of the other beautiful material things, that's a byproduct. The journey is really what makes it feel so good. And as long as you're disconnected from it, it sounds like woohoo. It sounds like someone, you know, who's in a really good place is trying to make others feel good. But that's the truth. And again, I can just speak to this because I've tried the other stuff. I was brought up in an environment, whether that was my dad or my coaches or anything. I was in sports. Hard work was the name of the game every day. Blood, sweat, and tears. And it wasn't that it wasn't that my dad was a hard ass or I had coaches that were, that were violent or anything. It was just the name of the game was hard work. And everyone said, if you just work your ass off, basically, if you suffer enough, you're going to be rewarded. And I've tried this over and over and over and over again. I've exhausted every avenue of hard work, and it just does not work. It produces something. Don't get me wrong. It does produce something, but it doesn't produce bliss or joy or happiness. It produces exhaustion. And if you have to exhaust yourself and get to the point of almost not being able to function anymore to make a little bit happen, that's not what life is about. That's not what this was meant to be. But on the flip side, with joy and ease and flow, I sometimes enjoy taking inspired action for 16, 17 hours a day. I'm enjoying it. It's a whole different feeling. And so get easy about it, because being rich is easy. Being healthy is easy. Being strong is easy. Being in love is easy. And being a creator is easy. It's not being those things that feels hard. And you can be those things right now. It's not outcome based. It's feeling based, vibration based. You become it, and your world becomes it around you. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. That's how it works. Inspired Tribe. Thank you so much for joining us. I will go through the comments. I wanted to invite you guys. Some of you have already sent us emails. As we've been telling you, we have these beautiful junior coaches in our Inspired Coaching Academy, and they need practice clients. They're eager. They're excited to work with people. It's free of charge for you guys. But please send us an email, and we'll connect you with the junior coaches. And just, you can do this over Zoom. If by any chance one of the junior coaches is in your area, you guys can meet up. But being a practice client, they will guide you through beautiful journeys, through meditations. They will talk to you, give you processes that you can use. They have really a good list of things that they're equipped with, and they're really eager to work with you. So if you feel inspired to dedicate yourself to such a process and have some really wonderful benefits, and it's still free of charge. Once they become full-blown coaches, they're going to charge you. Right now, it's free of charge, but you're always welcome to send a contribution or a tip, of course. But they would appreciate it, and we would appreciate it. And maybe through this process, you feel inspired to join us for next year's Academy. Which is actually starting this year in August, but we call it the 22 Academy, and come on this journey with us. So please send us an email. Check out our website, inspiredchannel.net, and do click the link on the top of that comment section. That's the Inspired Freedom Launcher. If you haven't done it yet, it's a process that Kristin and I have recorded for you guys. Do it today. Do it today. It's the perfect kickoff. If you needed a shift, experience, if you needed something to create a new momentum, a new energy, that's the perfect process. Just click the link, and once you'll just put in your email address, and we'll send it to you, free of charge, of course. And do it today. Just do it today. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's how we see it. So, Tribe, thank you for a wonderful live stream week together. We'll be here again on Monday, 2 p.m. Central. Meanwhile, if you need anything, or maybe want to schedule a one-on-one session with EUCY or have questions, send us an email, send us a comment. We love you guys. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free, we're in this together. And let us know, send us emails or comments. Let us know how your journey goes. Let us know how all of this works with you and how you're working with life. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Tribe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We love you all, and we'll see you on Monday, 2 p.m. Central.